The battle started with the first arrow that Umar ibn Sa'd had released towards the Imam's caravan. In the first attack, the enemy's warriors invaded with spears, arrows and swords towards the camp of Imam Hussain and murdered many of his companions. But despite this, the few companions of the Imam did not allow the enemies approach him or his family, and gave their lives to defend them. One after another, they asked the Imam for permission to go to the battlefield and fought bravely without fearing the death. After some soldiers of the enemy's army were killed in combat, Umar ibn Sa'd, out of cowardliness, ordered his soldiers to attack in groups instead of fighting one-on-one. The commander of the enemy's army had ordered his soldiers to destroy and burn Imam Hussein's camp. And since the beginning of the war, Shimr had been trying to find a way to the tents. But Zuhair, with a group of the companions of the Imam, managed to repel this attack by annihilating and wounding some of them. The war continued severely until most of the Imam's companions, including Habib ibn Mudahir, achieved martyrdom. Until the noon on Ashura, the battle had turned into a total invasion, and the few companions of the Imam bravely resisted and did not let anyone hurt the Imam and his family. They fought and shouted, "O the family of the Prophet, these are the swords of your youth. We are the men who will not put their swords into the sheath as long as your enemies are alive." At noontime of the day of Ashura, Imam Hussain and his companions prepared to offer the noon prayer. And Imam's son Ali al-Akbar recited the adhan.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah.
The Imam and his companions began to pray collectively, and since the enemy was attacking from every angle, Zuhair, Sayyid ibn Abdullah Hanafi, and other companions of the Imam stood in front of the praying people to protect them against their attacks. The commanders of Yazid's army did not want their soldiers to see Imam praying, as they feared that if their soldiers saw Imam's prayer, they would become hesitant to fight against him. Therefore, at the beginning of the prayer, the enemy's horsemen shot arrows towards the Imam and his companion. Yet Zuhair and Sayyid ibn Abdullah shielded them with their own bodies and withstood the rain of arrows and spears until their last breath. When the prayer was finished, Sayyid ibn Abdullah was martyred due to the severe wounds and arrows that had been shot at him. It has been narrated that when he fell on the ground, he said to the Imam, Did I manage to fulfill my duty, Yabna Rasulallah? The Imam replied, yes, and you are entering heaven sooner than me. Send my regards to the Messenger of Allah and tell him that I will be joining him shortly.